I'm Jay Barnard, the Executive Director and founder of the Empowered to Recover Foundation. I'm here with Carl Heath, who is our Chief Program Officer. I think that's the CPO. He just got upgraded. We just finished the second recovery day here in Kenora, Ontario at 7 Gens, and what a phenomenal day of healing, of love, of kindness, of compassion, of voices sharing love, of community coming together with all the amazing community asset booths that came from the Lake of the Woods Hospital to Sunset Country Family Health Team to the Sakatee House to Adult Teen Challenge to City of Kenora to Woman's Place to, did I forget anybody? To Energy Wise to Exponential Joy to the Youth Hub. You know, coming back for number 2. Number 1 was really special because you only do and ever do a number 1, but number 2 really solidified the fact that
it was amazing. And it was a year ago that we did our first event in Kenora, and Jay put it on in such a short period of time, but it was an amazing turnout. And I shared earlier that this is not a show, this is a sharing, and for community to come out like today and the depth and just the amazing stories that we had from speakers today, it just shows you that this platform with over 70 to 75
83 speakers as of today
have finished up.
83 speakers today have this is a beautiful 83 different speakers today after Kenora's event have been a part of our platform. We had amazing parents shared. Roxanne shared about parenting, mental health, and support worker who works with the hospital as partner with Firefly. An amazing talk.
So I'm a parenting mental health support worker. And what I do is I support parents and caregivers who have loved ones of any age that are struggling with mental health. And I do that, like Jay said, in a partnership with Firefly, Lake of the Woods District Hospital, and CMHA Fort Francis. And you're probably wondering how I got into the work and how I ended up at this stage. So I'm going to condense the last 18 of my years in the next 10 minutes. So my story, my journey starts when my daughter was in high school and she was diagnosed with an eating disorder and self-harm. And for the next 2.5 years, we traveled to Winnipeg Health Science Center, psychiatric outpatient eating disorder clinic, every 10 to 14 days to get her treatment. And somebody once said to me at that time, does she have an eating disorder, or is that a symptom of something? And I will let you know right now, at that time, and for many years after, I was very naive about mental illness. And I said, I didn't understand the question, and I said, it's an eating disorder. At 18, she was discharged from the Health Science Center, and she wanted to go on to the next chapter in her life, and we were excited for her. So she chose school in Vancouver, and we headed her off to Vancouver with an apartment downtown, walking distance to her school. And in the first couple of months, things seemed to be going really well. And then we got the call. She would talk hours and hours and hours on end about the loads of laundry she did, and the shopping she did, and she rearranged all the furniture in her house. And then we would get the calls where, I didn't get out of bed today, I didn't get to school this week. And we just thought there were good days and bad days, we all have them. And on my first trip, I could tell by her appearance and her apartment that she wasn't doing well.
Anthony Green, raw and real, young in recovery. We talked about just 8 days ago, he lost his cousin to overdose suicide.
And what I love today, Jay, was just, it's getting better with every event that we're getting to show now. Statistics, but also the people that have really, the amount of people that have come. How many people over, this is the 7th day, Seventh event at the 7 Gens.
7th event, 7 Gens, the 7 grandfather teachings on Friday the 13th, and our organization being 13 months old. Happening today on the second recovery day. We also had Ashley Russo, a mother, share about her journey. Unbelievable. We did a tribute video to Trey, Cora. We had beautiful bracelets that Cora made. Our organization really wants to also show tribute videos to families and really give that respect to the families and also to the individual that is, looking over us and giving us the power. Carl Heath shared about what you shared. You're the
Yeah.
inner wounded child and how you're
Well-
getting boxed. You got me up there boxing.
Well, box
Shift
wise.
and move and boost and shoot.
Well,
No,
you
twist
know,
and
my
move.
journey is really about the wounded child, separated, from the age of 5, never met my dad, my mum, and just how I went through the process of emotional confusion, which is big in the world today. A lot of people are experiencing the separation from parents, and I was 9 years in the care system, so today I should and shared the journey from the head back to the heart, and how boxing was my greatest shift. When I had a mental breakdown and an emotional breakthrough, it was boxing that really allowed me, and I started studying brain gym and incorporating that into boxware as a concept I've done for 28 years.
Which, by the way, you can catch his segment on Rogers TV. It is up on Rogers TV, so you can check it out.
Oh, the
You can go to the
gym.
YouTube channel. Carl talks all about his story. You'll also be able to see the replay of the whole entire recovery day. But we also had Bree Musso share beautiful story of an Indigenous woman in recovery sharing about her story and her kids.
I started drinking when I was about 13, and my downfall as well was a 3-day meth binge. I was addicted to coke. I was on morphine, gabapentin, just anything. Like, someone came up to me and they'd be like, "Here you go." And I'm like, "Okay, I trust you." Right? My sobriety birthday is October 30th. I got clean in 2020.
We also shared about the partners that we've made across this great land, because we are coast to coast. So
Treatment centers, and
places like
alternative
Mental
recovery.
Health Foundation, right? The Mental Health Foundation have been a big role for us in Alberta, and coming and being our charity partner and all of that stuff. Nancy Nance from Edmonton shared about joy, and how she lost her daughter, and where she found joy inside of that. And we had a phenomenal lunch. Done by We Roll here. So just keep
but
it going.
I want you to share about, which you did today. You did a great piece on the Alternative Recovery Network, and how many organisations have got involved. We did call them vendable, but now it's community assets who actually invest in above, but share their alternative recovery programs and treatment centres that are available. Because the Alternative Recovery Network is really all about not one shoe fits all. And what we're finding here with the speakers as well is that so many people are being moved and inspired and empowered by relating to a speaker that resonates with their own experiences. Like today with me, people resonate. They come and see me at the booth. That's powerful. And this platform is really all about creating a love kind of socket where people can get online, see what we're doing, get access to the Daily Dose of Recovery, get access to the podcast, and just feel empowered to come
it's
to
all,
the
all
events.
free resources too, so those are free resources. He was talking about the Alternative Recovery Network, and that's everything. That's not just treatment centers, that's just not second stage homes, that's not just it's products, services, information, knowledge, it's sound therapy, art therapy. I mean, we had Calvin Skeed open us up with drumming and prayer. We had the mayor come here and do the land acknowledgement, I think one of my favorite ones today was Dr. Johnny Grech.
Yeah.
And Dr. Johnny Grech really coming full through this last year, as I asked him to come last year, and he just wasn't in a place for that. But just how raw and real he was about where he's at right now and what he's doing, and how recovery has taken him to the next level. And that was massively exciting for me to see. Leanne Davidson sharing, and thank you to Vicky for pointing her in our direction. Like, that was Vicky that did that.
Yeah.
And, she has a phenomenal story of Michael and her son, and then she wrote a book, and you can get that book. And just a beautiful, beautiful soul. We talked about ARC, the Alberta Adolescent Recovery Center, who've been a part of us for a long time. They are doing phenomenal, phenomenal work in Calgary. They've been around 30 years. I think just last week they've done their 669th graduation at ARC, which is phenomenal. We just had Taylor on the DDR. We had Sierra, Kira. Sorry, Kira. Kira, we just had Kira on there as well. What about Nara? Sonara and the human trafficking survivor.
Yeah, that was
that moving or what? An individual that was never loved, that is now learning what love is, that, was told she wasn't enough, that told, her parents didn't love her. Like, to really get up on stage and get vulnerable and honest like that in front of, at one point I counted 110 people here. That's moving. And that's the voices of love, and that's the statistics of hope of what we talk about, right? Like, phenomenal.
When I was born, my father said, "Oh, it's just a girl." And this is where my journey begins. He told his best friend, who was in the hospital room with him, "You can have her virginity. She's just a girl." My auntie cried, and she left. That's where my story begins. So, growing up with those parents being just a girl, I never was able to have needs. I never knew that I was able to have needs. I was punished for having needs. How many of us are parents here, grandparents, aunties, uncles? We know when babies cry, they need something, right? What do you think of a baby that doesn't cry? I wasn't allowed to have needs. From very young, I was punished for having needs. So growing up as just a girl, useless, a waste of energy, according to my father, and not being able to have needs, that wired me. I didn't know this.
John Centauros.
Yeah.
PTSD survivor, mental health advocate. He was the guy that was hostaged in the Kenora jail. But, even him last year, I went to him and asked if he wanted to come onto the platform. And this year he reached out. And what a phenomenal journey for him, as tomorrow is 6 years. I just got the goose god right there. Yeah. But what a phenomenal story. 6 years tomorrow. Yeah. He celebrates that incident, that trauma, and when he was on stage today, how pure was he?
Yeah, it was. But what I found with our speakers is that what's being shared across the board with all of these different dynamics and experiences is that you've got speakers now, and we've got over 85 speakers that we're going to update online that could potentially talk like a lived experience recovery mentor in their communities and impact people in a big way. This is why we're going coast to coast across Canada, and I think that is so powerful.
This 2025 is going to be the whole upgrade to the 3.0, because we're in the 2.0 right now, but having that page where every single speaker, 1 minute. So Sea Star Spa and Resort, amazing resort where you can go. It's sober. Kalichi, coming in from Pittsburgh, so ahead of his time in hip hop, blew the roof off. Sonny, talking about performance coaching, right? And we had Jonathan Claus from Show Lake 39. What a phenomenal day for the second recovery day here in Kenora, Ontario on September 13th. I couldn't be more proud as an individual in recovery, and I couldn't be more proud of our organization for doing this. If you want to get in touch with us, www.empowertorecover.com. That's www.empowertorecover.com for all the information. We're in Fort Francis on September 27th. We hope to see you there. We're in Thunder Bay October 10th for World Mental Health Day. We hope to see you there. And we are in Calgary on a summit, sharing all about what we're doing.
And next year.
Community is everything. So having an event like this brings out the community assets that are inside a community. So that's how I look at it. So community assets are like the Vickies at Rogers. They are like the Nancys at Exponential Joy. They are like the Carl Heath at Energy Wise. They are like the 7 Gens that gives us the venue. They are like the chef upstairs that made the wonderful lunch. They are the people that showed up, the attendees that showed up. They are the organizations, people, products, and services that came here. They are the carts that Nancy's putting all her stuff in as we speak right now to pull it out. That's an asset. So putting on these events inside a community brings hope, the real statistics of hope. It shows love, it shows compassion, it shows kindness, it shows caring, it shows you're not alone, it shows voices are loud, it shows recovery is loud, it shows recovery is possible, and it shows you so many pathways to recovery from all walks of life, from all cultures of life, from all people of life, because that's what our platform is, Empower to Recover. It's not just one avenue, it's just not one area, it's everything, and And when people leave here, they're empowered. When people leave here, they feel the love. Like, I got so many amazing comments today. I'm sure you have too. Actually, I want to read. Can I read something? Hold on here.
Yeah, while he's ready to read, what I think as well and know deep in my heart is that as big as the event, because we was at 380 people in Saskatoon 2 weeks ago, these events are grassroots in a place like Kenora, where people are struggling, where people need help and support. These events are grassroots, local, and that's what I love about these kind of community halls, is that you're bringing that community unity together. It's powerful. It's very impactful.
So I found this on the table, and this is what it says on here. And you asked a question about community, and you asked. This was just written on here. I guess I was supposed to pick it up and take a look. But it says, Jay, thank you for today. Your hard work and passion shows. You've done an amazing job bringing E2RF to Kenora, coast to coast. You should be proud. Your energy is contagious and inspiring. You as a person have grown so much. You're actively growing, plus you're growing others in the process. A huge thank you and congratulations in order for you. Thank you and congratulations, Jay. Please keep it up. So to end on community, that is just one comment that I found on a piece of paper. Never mind what social media is saying right now, because I haven't had time to take a look. But I can tell you it's probably pretty smashed. That right there is going on my wall, because that right there is powerful. That right there was an individual that was moved. That right there was an individual that now doesn't feel alone and was touched. And possibly somebody that's known me my whole life see change.
Yeah.
So for that,
yeah, that's awesome.
Community is everything. If we have community, we have unity. If we have unity, we have family. If we have family, we have a great big E2RF hug, coast to coast, which is just, in layman's terms, love. Because we love everybody. Thank you, Rogers.